I never thought I would see the day when I would be doing a video talking about Tekashi 69. Many of you have heard the name before. Many of you know that he is a so-called rapper, and I say so-called. I've never really listened to any of his music or entertained any of it. It's unfortunate many of our people do. I would say those of the younger generation, younger than me, because he caters more so to a lot of teenagers and maybe people in their early 20s. But I remember a couple months ago when he tried to self-dub himself the King of New York, and I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. I said, this guy's really feeling himself a lot. And when he first came out and I saw him wearing all them wild colors, he looked like he just jumped inside of a bag of Skittles and out he came. Because he had the rainbow colored hair, the rainbow colored grill, and because of his lighter skin complexion, he had the multicolored tattoos, as you can see displayed right here on his face. But as you can see right now, you can tell that he's in a bit of a debacle right now. One that if he doesn't have a good enough lawyer, he ain't going to get out of. So let me explain to you what happened. And I thought it was just a rumor until many other credible sources actually backed up the claims, and then it became not so much of a rumor anymore. Tekashi 69 is now facing some heavy federal crime charges that could sentence him to at least a minimum of 25 years in jail. And after I finish reading this article, you are going to have the sentiment of I feel nothing leading right behind it. So let me go ahead and read what the article is stating, and it's coming from Billboard.com. It says 6ix9ine and two of his former associates were arrested Sunday night, November 18th, on racketeering and firearms charges in New York City, the NYPD confirmed to Billboard. The rapper is now facing 6 counts, one of which includes discharging a firearm while committing a crime, according to the indictment obtained by TMZ. If found guilty, he could face a possible life sentence and a mandatory minimum of 25 years in prison. Did y'all hear that? A possible life sentence and a minimum of 25 years in prison. That means if they were able to somehow get the life sentence off, he would still have to serve the 25 years. Let me continue. Well, this is and a mandatory, so it's probably included. I don't know why they say and at 25 years if it's a life sentence. Why would you tack on an additional 25 years? I mean, he's not like he would be getting out. The indictment, which lists 17 counts dating back to 2013, so this is not recent. We're talking 5 years in the making. Reads that Tekashi and his group conspired to commit crimes such as drug deals, armed robberies, and shootings. Additionally, the rapper is thought to have pulled an armed robbery on April 3rd with his ex-manager Shotty and 2 other members of the 9 Trade Bloods. Now, how much you want to bet that most of the people that hang around him are probably black and boost his head up? See, that's what I never really saw for people like him. And one thing I'm tired of is black people willingly giving their culture away to people like this. But I'm glad he's getting his comeuppance right now. But you know what? I highly doubt if he's able to slip out of this by the skin of his teeth, he's not going to change. He's not going to change. And I've seen some other things, like he's not as tough as he claims to be. Because I remember I was seeing some pictures or reading some articles from a few weeks ago where he went to, I think, some place in California, and it may have been somewhere in LA, and he had all this security around him. I mean, he had a lot of security around him. You would have thought that he had Secret Service the way that he had security all around him. I'm like, for a guy that's so tough and he's from New York, that he shouldn't need that many bodyguards or that much security. 1, maybe 2 should be enough. But he had a whole entourage with him. And listen to this. Tekashi and associates were also allegedly selling heroin, fentanyl, MDMA, and marijuana in New York, which I'm very sure all of them are illegal. And if my memory serves me correctly, they say that they throw those heroin dealers in jail. Well, in that case, lock his ass up. I feel absolutely nothing, because if this was a black person that did this, they would have done exactly that. shoot, they would throw a black person in jail for much less than this. Just take away all the other stuff that he did and just leave the selling of the weed. Black people would have got probably damn near the same amount of time, maybe the 25 years. It's people in jail right now who are serving time for that. As a matter of fact, there was a video that True Royal Family did where these white cops had planted weed on this black teenager, where the one cop turned his body camera off, but the other one still had his on, so you could see the cop clearly planting something within the seats of the cushion. And they were saying on the camera, saying how they have to find something because they didn't want to feel like they were wasting their time, so they planted weed on them. And luckily, the camera for the other person, the other cop, was still on. Otherwise, that black teenager, would have ended up in jail right now for marijuana possession that was not his. But good luck to this thing right here, because he's going to need it. Because there's already some people out there that don't like him anyway that aren't going to give him well wishes. But it is what it is. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be in the description. I'll talk to you in the next one.